Hello everyone, welcome back to Journey with Shar on this lovely Thursday. I wanted to come to you today and show you all an update on the Crumbls, how they freeze. So what I'm going to do, I'm buying Crumbl cookies today. I'm going to show you later on today how I'm going to freeze those when I buy them directly from the store. I sit it out, I let them cool off, and then I put them in the freezer in the box. I'm going to show you guys that again. But the reason why I'm showing you this video, we're going to go in, these are ones, they're still frozen. We haven't eaten any of them. You guys remember some of these, okay? So I'm gonna take out the ones that we have two. So this one was during the 4th of July. These are most recent, so we won't do those. This one is the shark. Then we have the lemon here. We have the mint one, remember last week? And then this one is the shortcake, the strawberry shortcake one. Okay, just wanted to show you all. And then this one is the one we had, the fruit pizza. Remember that one? So since we have two of these. Joshua, do you want to take out one of these? Vanilla?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. We got some older ones here. I want to shoot for the older ones. Okay, so we're going to do this one and that one. All right, y'all. She is coming out the yin yang with so many Crumbl cookies. So these are the ones we had recently. This is the Pop Rock we had last week, and that's the strawberry shortcake. Okay, so these are good. Okay, you guys. So now what we're gonna do is close these back up. As you can see, they're all still in perfect shape. They still look good. And that closes, snaps back perfectly. Oh, let me put the caramel. And these are all in perfect shape, as you all can see. They still look good. They snap back perfectly in the containers. That's gonna go back in the freezer. This one's gonna go back in the freezer, and this one's gonna go back in the freezer. So now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna set these two out on a plate and let them thaw. And I'll let you all see. So let me show you what I did, and I'm gonna show you today. Reason why. Before I just put the cookie directly in the freezer bag. But this time, I decided to wrap the cookie first in saran wrap and then place it in the cookie bag. And to me, that preserves the cookie better. Now, if you have the food savers, which costs a lot of money, I will probably get one day, but right now she doesn't have it. This is the perfect way to do it, okay? So now we're gonna unwrap these two cookies and let them thaw out. Do not let them thaw out with the wrapper on, because then you'll disturb the frosting. Thaw them out on a plate, okay? So I'll show you how to do that. Stay tuned. All right, y'all, so here we have the two cookies, and we got two separate plates. We're gonna see how these cookies thaw out. Now, we've tried them before with another one, and it did fine. So we still wanna see. So just unwrap this. Help me out there, son. Thank you. Just unwrap this. Okay, so we just wanna unwrap that. And then flip that cookie over. As y'all see, it's still in excellent condition, still in good condition. And we're just gonna place that cookie right there and let it thaw out. Okay, now over here to this one, I'm gonna unwrap this cookie. And y'all, the wrapping really does help. Okay, and you can even use these wraps, child, for another one. As y'all can see how, okay, so we got that cookie. We're headed to Crumbl's. Joshua's gonna go on lunch break, get the Crumbl cookies, and I'll show you guys how I freeze as soon as they come in, okay? The process of preparing them to freeze them, all right? But we're waiting for these to thaw out, and then we're gonna do a taste test so we can see how it does. So you guys remember the month. This one was 5/2. I didn't write the date on this one, I should have, but I believe this one was in July, okay? Those of you who are cookie Crumbl lovers, you should know when this one was out, all right? Just know that they were frozen, all right? So stay tuned. All right, you all, so I hope you all can see this. Let's aim this a little bit more better. There we go. So they have been thawing out for about how long, you guys, you say? About an hour? About an hour, okay? So let's do the pickup test, because we want to see, are they gonna crumble? Are they gonna, is it worth it? So let's do the pickup test. So let's see, this one's been in for about an hour. As you can see, it's got some, so this cookie, let's pick it up. It's a tiny bit crumbly, just a little bit, okay? All right, it's got some crumbles there. I don't want to flip it because it's got frosting on it. It is crumbly, but we're gonna cut it See the cut factor? Okay, did pretty good on that. And let's see how that looks. It is crumbly, you guys. Okay, let's see how that looks, the cut factor. Still crumbly, it's crumbling. Okay, now let's do the taste factor. I'm just gonna take a little bite so I can tell y'all. Taste. Oh my god. Okay, we wanna make sure there's no freezer taste, which we don't.
Just as good as the day we bought it.
Y'all taste just as good. It's just a little bit more crumbly, this cookie is. But it's just as good as the day we bought it.
Sure is.
Delicious. Okay? So we're coming back. You can see the frosting's ready. Let's do the pickup factor on this one. Okay. This one's not as crumbly as the other one. Okay. We're going to cut it. This is how it looks half. As y'all can see. Okay. This one was May. I believe this one was in July. Okay, so that's the difference in the months. So Josh was going to taste that one. I'm going to take a little taste. And I'm going to eat that whole thing because I'm really not even on sugar, y'all. The cookie, I'm going to tell you guys the texture of it after we froze these two cookies. You know when you're in the grocery store and you see those cookies that have the frosting on top? A bunch of frosting on top. It's like they're hot, very festive cookies. And they're soft. They're not crunchy at all. They're soft. This is what the cookie tastes like now after frozen. Okay? So this was May. This was, I believe, was July. So they're delicious and they did not have a freezer burn. And I think that's because I wrapped it in cellophane, wrapped it in wrap, and then put it in the freezer bag. But we've tried it where we just had the freezer bag and it still didn't have that taste as well. And I think that's because I clean my freezer often. So that does play a role too as well. All right, y'all, so there you go. Crumbl cookies, frozen. I believe this was July. This was in May. It is a little bit more crumbly. But if you're not serving people and you just want the taste and just wants that, oh, it's still delicious. It's absolutely delicious. All right, there you go. All right, you all, so we got this week's cookies. I'm not going to do a taste test. I'm just going to show you what they look like. So what I'm going to do, is this a warm cookie? This is a cold cookie. So we're going to go on and set this. You leave this in the box, okay? You're going to close it. You're going to set it in the freezer just like this until it is frozen. Then you take it out and I'll show you the next step. So mommy's going to go ahead on and stick this in the freezer. And then I don't have to show you all. I just need the experience. Just show you one cookie, okay? So we're sticking that in the freezer because that's a cold cookie. We're going to let the rest of these completely cool off because they're still warm. And I'll stick those in the freezer too as well. All right, so stay tuned. When you see me next time, these cookies, this cookie will be frozen. The one that we're putting in the freezer, and I'll show you how I wrap it up. All right, so stay tuned. Okay, so I have another box, and we're going to put this one in as well. And you'll see the raspberry in this one frozen. And when they're done, I'll show you how they look. Okay, you all? So stay tuned. So remember, from the shop to the table. Let it cool off if it's still warm. If it's cold, you can go ahead on and put it in. That's what we're doing now. Okay, you guys, so just speaking of this week, looks pretty good. That's the lemon poppy seed. This is the chocolate silk pie. This is the popcorn caramel, I think it's called. This is the raspberry cheesecake and the peanut butter one. And they look pretty good. I have to give credit where credit is due. They look pretty good. Okay, so we'll wait to see how they look when they froze these two right here. And I'll show you how I'll package them, so stay tuned. Hello everyone, welcome back to Journey with Shar on this lovely Friday morning. So it is the next day, but just to let you know, you can do it on the same day. You can later on go into your freezer after 4 hours, pull the cookie out and do this the same day. I did it the next day because I got busy yesterday. But anyway, I wanted to show you. This is the cling and seal that I'm using. I already have it ready to go. You want to make sure that's all stretched out, ready to go. We're using a hefty freezer bag. And we're also using a Glad. This was my last Glad today. I don't have the box, but that is the hefty freezer bag that I am using if you want to know. All right, so now what we're going to do, I made sure I put the week of and the title of the cookie because that does help. Okay, so we have our raspberry cheesecake here. So we're gonna go ahead on, put the raspberry there. And then I have my French silk pie here. It is frozen solid. Okay, go ahead and put that there. All right, now the next thing you want to do is you take the wrap and you go ahead on and wrap that. Usually when they have tops like that, I don't like to turn them over because you can smash the top. Okay, so go ahead on, wrap that first. And this is the extra step that I've added to from my last video. This really does help you guys. I love this step doing this. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead on and wrap that raspberry just like so. And if you can't get all the air out of the bag, that's why I'm doing this. Now if you have that, what is this still?
Food saver.
If you have food savers, by all means use your food saver. That is fantastic. But food savers cost a little bit of money, honey, and this is an excellent way for me to get this done. Okay, here we go. So you take that cookie, it's already wrapped nice and sealed, and you take that and you're going to put that inside the bag just like so. Make sure all the air is out as much as you can, but that's why you got that seal wrap, that cling wrap on there, so that even if you don't get the air out, it can avoid it from getting that freezer taste. My cookies didn't get the freezer taste even if I didn't have the air, because I clean my freezer often. Not saying you don't clean your freezer and that's why you get it, but when you have a lot of ice, you can get that. All right, so here we go with the French silk. I'm gonna go ahead on and grab that here. Take that French silk pie. Go ahead on and make sure that's flat. And we're going to go on. What I like about this one has a pocket down here. This one doesn't, so you can just really go in. So it's up to you which bag you want. Like I said, you can do Glad, hefty, or you can do store brand. Okay, so we take that, you take these two cookies, and then what you do, this is the container I'm using, got this from the Dollar Tree, okay? And so what you do is you take that cookie and you take that cookie and you put it in just like so. Wrap that cookie good and put it in just like so. Real good. And place that in the freezer and you are good to go. We save our cookies because we don't want to consume so much sugar, and when we see cookies we like, you don't want to eat them up and then you're adding all of these calories and consuming too much sugar. So we do it to where later on when we do want a cookie, we can take one cookie out and we can share it, because one cookie is huge, y'all, and it's a lot of calories. But you can take a little piece of it and enjoy it. So that's what we do it for, okay? And some of them, they do still cut good after, depending on the texture of the cookie. After however many weeks you have it in the freezer, it still comes out pretty good. Okay, so the taste was excellent. We didn't have a freezer taste, but that is an extra step that I added to how to freeze your Crumbl cookies. Use the cling and seal to wrap the cookie first after you've frozen it, and then wrap it up, and then put it in the hefty bag or whatever freezer bag you choose. It can even be store brand, and then go ahead on to the Dollar Tree, child, and put it in one of those freezer containers, and you have Crumbl cookies for future days to come, okay, to enjoy. All right, also another tip I wanted to let you all know, if you are just one singular person or it's just you and another person, you all don't want a big old container of cookies, child, this is what you do. You take these cookies and you put it right on back in that box, and you go on and put that back in there in the freezer, and you got a cookie that's sealed and ready to go. Just go on and put it back in the box just like so. Put it right on back in the box. When it's singular, or even if you have a long box and you're freezing them all, put them right on back in the box. And you're good to go, just like that. So you can do it this way if you're smaller, but if you have a small amount, if you have a lot, you want to put them in a container so that they're not flying everywhere in the freezer and then get crumbly and break up, and it just defeats the purpose of why you did that, okay? All right, you all, so I wanted to show you a couple of more cookies that I don't think are crumbly, so that you can get an idea. So this is that one. You'll know what week that was. We didn't just do this one, right? We didn't do that one early. Okay. And now we're doing this one. Okay, so we got this one. And that cookie's intact. See how pretty that is? It's completely frozen. Listen, it's a frozen cookie. Well, I shouldn't have cracked. Probably shouldn't have thumped it like that. And then remember, the week we had this one. This had the lime on top, right, Josh? This one, it might be crumbly like the other ones, but we're gonna see. And we're gonna let these thaw out so you all can see how these look as well. Okay, so stay tuned. Next time you see me, we'll be tasting that for you. All right, stay tuned. All right, you all, so now we're going to pick up this cookie. This one's thawed out. Okay, and it is nice. It doesn't crumble. We're going to cut it and just let you see how that looks. Okay, then we're going to show you this one. It's very soft. Let me pick it up. Okay, this one doesn't crumble as the other ones. I'm not going to flip it because it has the frosting on top, but it doesn't crumble as the other ones, and probably could thaw out a little bit longer, but I just want you all to see. And we're just going to cut that cookie in half there and let you see what that half looks like. Okay, so as you can see, this one doesn't crumble as bad as the other ones. Now this one, on the other hand, is the same kind of dough as the ones before, but it's not crumbling as much as the other ones did before. So let's get close. They are thawed out, and I'm just going to cut this one like that in threes, and then cut this one in threes like that so family can taste it. However, I cut it like that. Okay, so we're going to taste to see. Mommy, you want to come see? Okay.
He was already dead.
Okay, okay. So I'm gonna pick up mine. Mommy and Joshua have eaten theirs and they love it.
Oh.
So I'm gonna show you the bite factor. So it went right through. Oh my goodness, this one's phenomenal. Okay, that's that key lime. Was that a key lime one? What was that one?
That was key lime.
Okay, and now we're gonna go for this one.
Lemon cupcake.
That was lemon cupcake?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lemon cupcake.
Alright, you all, so you can see I'm moving it around in my hand. It's not breaking up a lot. So here we go. And there you go. A little crumbly, but not much. It is just as good as it was the day we froze it.
Yeah.
Salted caramel. Thank God he remembered all the cookies. Okay, so this is what that looks like. Let me take a little bite. And that's the bite factor. And let me show you the date so you don't think I did this the day of. Okay, and so y'all don't say, did she do this early another day? Child, 3:47 Friday, August 19th. There's my proof, and you see the cookies in the background. All right, so they turned out wonderful. So I'm gonna close this out. So it depends on which ones you get, where the crust, the cookie does not come out all crumbly. Some of them come out crumbly, some of them don't. This one turned out wonderful. When it's that real soft, like this one, actually, it's the same cookie as this one. This one didn't break up as much as the other ones I showed earlier, but it still did wonderful. Tastes wonderful. No freezer taste at all. All right, just wanted to let you all see that. So I pray and hope this video was helpful to you all. Thank you so much for tuning into Journey with Shar. If this is your first time ever seeing my channel and you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button. Make sure you also hit the notification bell. Every time I upload a new video, it will alert you and you all can come and check me out and see what I'm doing. You all stay cool. It's been hot throughout this entire country. It has been very, very hot. We've been dealing with 3 days, 3-digit days, y'all, and it's been so hot here. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. You all be blessed. Remember, always take care of one another. Be kind to one another. Trust God. Keep him first. And he'll always lead you in the right direction. And you all be blessed. Bon appetit. Goodbye.